minutes.
We have a PC case, which is a Corsair Spec Delta. I will put the details in the comment section below. We've got an M.2, which is a Sabrent Rocket Q. A Western Digital Green. Green doesn't show up with the green screen very well. Western Digital Green SSD hard drive. 32 gig of RAM from Vengeance. A Corsair TX850M 850 watt power supply. This huge box is the cooler. I'm hoping it keeps the CPU cool and it fits in the case. We'll have to wait and see. If the thing doesn't come with any thermal paste, I even bought some thermal paste.
Mike 3 Legs said, have you ever built a PC before?
Just every PC I've ever used for the last 30 years probably. It's no problem. It's a lot easier than it used to be. An MSI MGP X570 Gaming
Mike 3 Legs
Carbon Wi-Fi
said,
motherboard.
I haven't.
And this is the key. This one here, the Amazon Ryzen.
John Ijenga 1969 said, he built a ZX81 back in the day.
Not that far back. Not far back. This is a Ryzen 3950X. I was going to go for the 5900X, but unfortunately, no one sells it. Right, here goes nothing. Let's open the box. Get all the cables out. That's a screw. Right, cables go there. The board itself. There we go. Just touching the metal of my case just to earth myself. And out it comes. There we go. That's our machine here. This is the heart of our gaming room here. And everything else into there. Right. Okay. Processor
Mike
goes
3
in that
Legs
square bit in the middle.
said,
Memory.
I'm taking notes.
Memory at this end over here, and the graphic card will go in there. Is this something I'm supposed to remove? I think so. It's got a fan built onto the motherboard with a piece of sticky stuff to take off. Must be good quality. I think that's the Wi-Fi bit. Not going to worry about the Wi-Fi. Oh, it comes with a badge. It comes with a badge as well. There we go. Now we know it's got quality. And stickers for the cables. That's a good idea.
Ben Summers 1971 said, good evening, I am back from Watkins Glen laughing
Ben.
smiley.
You're back just in time. I'm a bit worried. It tells you to take a cover off. Tells you to take... Does it tell you to take a cover off? I don't know. It's instructions. Do you know what?
Ben Summers 1971 said, what is that smoking laughing smiley?
The smoking hasn't even started yet. Right. How do we get the box open? Need a screwdriver to get the box open, so I can't get the sticker undone.
Mike 3 Legs said, 15 minutes. John Ijenga 1969 said,
Can't get the box open.
20 minutes to open a box.
I need to get a machine to open the box. Hold on. myself again.
Ben
Right.
Summers 1971 said, "What sort of machine opens boxes?"
Screwdriver.
Mike Three Legs said, "Old people find opening boxes difficult." Tactic Nuke
Here we go.
said,
Here we go. Ready?
"Hi,
Hi, Tactic Nuke. Here we go. Ready? Box is open. There's the processor. Don't think we need this bit. It's really. What's in the rest of this box? Are you telling me that this is just? There's nothing else.
Tactic Nuke
That's it.
said, "Cooler."
No cooler.
Tactic Nuke
No cooler.
said, "Ig."
No, just a piece of foam. Oh, there it is. Just a piece of foam.
Tactic Nuke
That's it.
said, "F."
Madness. Right. Any stickers? Not even a sticker. Not even a sticker. Right. Don't need that anymore. Put that little packaging down there. Right. No, it's alright. It's alright. Calm down. The sticker is in there. Right. Now this is a bit. I'm going to slow down a little bit and get it right.
Ben Summers 1971
Can't see, but you got a lever
said,
there. And you pull
"Careful
that lever
with
back.
that foam, you paid good money for that."
Heck yeah. So you lever the lever back. And then you take the very expensive processor. And the very expensive processor with the chips on the back of it there
Subized
has got a corner.
said, "It's been 10 minutes and you've opened 2 boxes."
Yeah.
John Ijenga 1969
That corner.
said, "LOL."
That corner goes into this little cutout. No, maybe not. Oh, which way round does this go? That's got a different corner to it. There, right, goes that way round.
Subized said, "Triangle to triangle."
Triangle to triangle. Lever down, and we're in. There we go. CPU installed. See? We're good. Right. Sticker. Oh, the sticker don't come out. Oh my goodness. Sticker. We'll put the sticker there.
John Ijenga 1969 said, "I thought it needed paste, or is that the cooler?"
The paste goes on the top of the processor, and then the cooler sits on top. Right, there we go. We are rocking. Next thing, let's get the cooler on.
Subized said,
What's the size of this?
"Cool'll have it pre-applied." Ben Summers
Oh, it might do.
1971
Might do.
said,
Doesn't say it.
"We
has.
are here to take the paste."
Hmm? Yeah, and you're doing so well, Ben. You're doing so well. This cooler should be able to cool my house, let alone that processor. Right, here we go. Oh my goodness. We got a box, foam,
Subized said,
another box.
"That cooler won't fit in that case."
No, I know, and another. Here we go. 2. Right, so it gets smaller as it comes out of the boxes. It gets smaller. Right, where is it? Here it is, this way around. There we go. How does this even work? Bit of cardboard, didn't need that bit apparently. Right. Don't need that bit. Right. Doesn't look like there's any paste applied to this cooler.
John Ijenga 1969
No paste on
said,
there.
"Jesus, is it SpaceX?"
It's huge, isn't it? Maybe it won't. It might not fit. There's another fan here. think I might have overdone the cooler.
Ben Summers 1971 said, "Gonna need a bigger boat." How 74 said, "That's not a cooler, it's a bloody fridge."
Well, I don't want it overheating, do I? I think it's physically going to be very close to not fitting, but it should fit. Right, what's in this box? Oh my goodness. Instructions. Oh dear. Bits of metal. Oh, it's got paste. It's got heatsink paste in there. Screwdriver. Oh my goodness, right. This is going to be a bit of a mission. Look at all the screws. Oh my goodness me. It's got 2 packs of screws. LGA 20, that's not us. LGA 115, that's not us. AMD. Instructions. I mean, what do you need instructions for a cooler for? Dear customer, congratulations. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Right, next. Required mounting parts. Here we go. Oh my, this is looking very complicated. Right, I'm going to apply for an extension on my build time. I think I need those bits. Right, I need the AMD stock backplate, which is included with the motherboard. It's alright, I think it's already on there. Is that the... See, that bit there, I think...
Ben Summers 1971
that bit there,
said,
I think.
"I might do a few more laps practice in the Porsche and come back laughing smiley."
We'll give you a shout, Ben. We'll give you a shout. So I think that bit's already on. Where do the instructions go? Here they are. 2 of these bits. 4 brown ones and 4 white ones of them, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of those screws. Yep, we've got those bits. Right. Remove the stock retention module. Oh, I've got to take a bit off. Right. Right, let's touch a bit of metal again. Right, remove these bits. One.
Subby Z said,
2.
"Do a few ATS deliveries to Ben."
3. 4. We'll remove those. Apparently we don't need them. We won't discard those in case we... Right, removing the stock retention module and put the back plate in place. If your motherboard comes with a pre-installed
John Ijenga 1969
retention module,
said,
first remove it.
"Why don't you need them?"
Right, and screw in.
John Ijenga 1969 said, "This is all new to me."
I think those are the standard ones that you'd just screw a standard cooler to, and this one needs a bit more than the standard mounting place. So we're going to see what we go. So yeah, remove them, unscrew the mounting screws will install directly to the stock back plate. So please keep them in a place. Right. So if your motherboard does not come with a pre-installed CPU cooler retention module. The AMD stock backplate should be included with the motherboard accessories. Please put the backplate on the rear side of the motherboard so that the screws thread on the backplate stick through the mounting holes of the motherboard as shown. Yep, it's already there. It's already there. Move on to number 2. Attaching the mounting bars. First, please choose the correct set of plastic
How 74
and the correct
said,
set of holes.
"This is why I don't assemble my computers."
Oh, we're getting there, we're getting there. Holes on the mounting bars depending on whether you are using a AM4 or a socket 2, socket AM2 plus AM3 plus FM1 F. Says there, I'm using, I don't know if you can see that, an AM4. So AM4 requires the brown nodules. Right. Packet opening machine. Brown module. 1. 2. 3.
John Ijenga 1969 said,
4.
Tell Izzy to stop running up and down the stairs.
Can you hear her? Yes. I didn't think you'd be able to hear her. Okay. Yeah. I think my 20 minutes is running out. Did I have to screw them down? Hold on. Please use the correct plastic screws and the correct set of holes and mounted bars, as whether your socket AL4 used the grey for the use spacers. Right. Then I need AM4 metal.
Zolex_racing said, It's taking you 20 minutes to count the screws. John face with tears of joy.
Hey, counting is hard, especially live on camera. Counting is not easy. Right. So we are using these things now, these metal things, and we need to use the ones on the top of the arc, and then they all go like that and like that. Ooh. That's it. Perfect. Right, first put the plastic spacers onto the thread holes of the backplate, then fix the mounting bars using the long screws. Make sure that the curves at the side of the mounting bars are pointing outwards. Right, yep. And I think we're using these ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Ooh, ooh. It's magnetic. Why is it magnetic? Well, the screwdriver is anyway. Right. Top of the arc. Screw that one down. But don't tighten it right up because the other one's got to go on. I do hope this cooler fits. All this effort to have to leave the side cover off won't be good. That's them. I don't think you have to tighten them up too much. Just a bit more than finger tightness will probably be good enough.
D38 said, That screwdriver big enough?
Yeah. It's socially distanced. I don't have to be so close to everything.
John Ijenga 1969 said, It is a COVID-19 injection.
There you go.
Zolex_racing said, Have you checked the RAM can fit under the cooler?
No, I haven't. No. Oh, what's this bit?
Subized
Don't need that bit.
said,
Don't think I need that bit.
Good point. John Ijenga 1969
I think it will. It's
said,
very tall.
Stupid question.
It's very, very tall. I think we're going to be alright.
Zolex_racing
Fine.
said, Give me a shout when you get to that part. I want to see your face. John Ijenga 1969.
Oh,
Said.
we're up to the thermal
LMAO.
paste. We're up to the thermal paste now. Right, if there is any residual traces of thermal paste or paste pod on your CPU, please clean them up first. Then press a small drop, 4 to 5 millimeter diameter of the stuff, of the thermal paste.
Sub Z. Said.
Thermal paste supplied
Put RAM
by
in
the cooler.
first.
Put the RAM in first? No, it says... Alright, good point. Right, so now what we're going to do, I'll just cut this bit, fix it in post. What we're going to do, before we put the cooler on, we're going to put the RAM on first, because that way we'll be able to see whether it fits or not. Because if it doesn't fit...
Zolex_racing.
If it doesn't fit...
Said. Do as Subby says.
What do I do if it doesn't fit? If it doesn't fit, the cooler can't go on, and I need to get a fan and just aim it at the CPU. That'll do. Right, this is my RAM. It's quite small RAM. It's going to be fine. I don't know why everyone's worried.
Zolex_racing.
I've got 4 sockets.
Said. The height of the cool wing on the RAM.
Yeah.
Sub Z. Said. Hope it works after you've spent 3 days building it. Zolex_racing.
It's been 5 minutes so far.
Said. Cooling.
Right, RAM. It's not labelled up as to which bank is which. Does it matter which bank it goes into?
Zolex_racing. Said. 2 and 4 slots or 1 and 3. Sub Z.
It doesn't say.
Said.
It doesn't say which one's which.
Why as it matters. John Ijenga 1969.
You think, oh, here we go.
Said. It really matters.
Oh,
John
here we go.
Ijenga 1969.
Right.
Said.
I think I've seen the diagram. Press 1. Installed RAM.
Zolex_racing.
There we go. Right.
Said. Read the manual as it will tell you what slots to use.
You don't need to read the...
Sub Z.
Oh, good. Right.
Said.
Can you see?
Check manual.
No.
John
Look,
Ijenga
there?
1969.
See that little diagram
Said.
there? A bit
Why
further than
have
me
1 and
thumb.
3 and not 1 and 2?
Further than me thumb. It says here. Come here. Right, so that'll fit there.
How 74.
And look, that'll fit
Said.
on there, and it doesn't even
Hey
get close.
Mrs. Jarrat.
Can you see? It's miles away. We've got twice clearance. It's gonna be fine. It's fine. Right, back to the thermal paste. I'm sure. Right, where were we? Right, if there is residual paste, right, no residual paste. Yeah, the cooler will fit because the cooler is required. The side of the case might not fit because that's not required. So it's fine. Right, got the paste in hand and we need
Sub Z.
4 to 5
Said.
mil diameter.
No one knows how. How 74.
What's
Said.
4 to 5?
LOL.
4 to 5 mil.
Zolex_racing. Said.
Yeah.
Pea-sized blob John.
4 to 5 mil is, yeah, okay.
Martin Joy 497. Said.
Hey, Martin.
Evening John. Zolex_racing. Said. I use liquid metal these days subby. How 74. Said. City. Sub Z. Said. Denmark is a mythical place where bacon grows. Zolex_racing. Said. LOL at Ben Summers
I'm having trouble with the
1971.
paste, guys.
Martin Joy 497. Said. Santa's been good to you LOL.
Let you take that off, please. You alright? What's wrong?
Right, everybody mind their backs. Izzy, upstairs.
Right. I can't get the thermal paste out the tube. Oh yes. Look, Santa's been very good to me, and the wife is. I can't work out whether that's got hole in it or not. I think that's the lid. Right.
Ben Summers 1971 said, "What is the secret of the Porsche Cup car? I can't seem to get a 1:14 lap time yet."
Is that an appropriate amount of paste? Came through a bit quick, but I think it's about right.
SubZ said, "No. Zolex_racing
It's about the size
said,
of a pea.
has the cooler not got any prepared on it?"
No, this stuff came with the cooler.
Zolex_racing said, "Yes, that's okay for the paste."
That's okay for paste. Perfect. Right, next. Right, fastening the heatsink to the CPU. Caution, please take off the center fan as well as a precaution. Cover at the bottom side of the heatsink.
John Ijenga 1969 said, "Do you spread the paste or just leave it as a blob?"
Now you splare it on
SubZ
as you push it down.
said, "These cars have a large chip size so need better coverage."
Oh, as well as the protection cover. Right, now where does this plug in first of all? I've got two places. Right, so I've got to take the fan out first. A couple of clips either side. Out comes the fan. And then it's either got to go that way, well, that way. I don't think that matters. That was like that. Where does it plug in? CPU fan right down there. Right, so
Zolex_racing said,
put the heat.
"Leave it as a blob. Yeah, I've seen the X on AMD Epic CPUs subby."
Through the threads of the mounting bars. Perform 2 or 3 turns of each, and then repeat until both fully tightened. Okay, here we go. Right. You ready? Here we go. Right.
SubZ
Nestled it down.
said, "Risen still large and not central anymore." Zolex_racing said, "Think I need a vodka for this part." Face with tears of joy.
Here we go. Right. Screw this down. Can't find the hole. It's not. Is that one gone on?
John Ijenga 1969
A little bit more.
said, "Is he building a PC or an IKEA wardrobe?" Zolex_racing said, "At Subeyes, yeah, you have the CCU, SP, as well. I suppose we will find out when it turns off after 30 seconds. How 74
You
said,
SP as well.
DIY
Yeah,
fridge."
You have what? The what? What's the what? CC? Oh, I don't know what you mean. Right. Tightening these up one by one. Couple of turns each. Back to the other one. Couple of turns each until it feels tight. think there's like a stop.
John Ijenga 1969
That one's fully tight.
said, boom.
Boom. No booms. There we go. Right, they are fully tight and mounted really firmly on there now. Right, there we go. See? Perfect. No heat escaping out of there. Well, will do. You know what I mean. Right, next thing, fan setup.
Subized
Reattach the
Said.
centre fan.
Cotton Ijenga.
Reattach the centre fan and optionally install the second fan in grey using the supplied steel clips. So, centre fan. That will go down and plug onto
Eump 65
that one
said,
there.
where it the fan.
Fan. Right, that should fit onto there. And that one fits onto there. There we go. That's just that one installed. Bit of cable management, tuck that in there, that'll be fine.
How 74 said, fans are not allowed winking smiley.
CP.
Zolex_racing said, what direction is the fab turning John? John Ijenga
What
1969
direction?
said, only fans. Subized said, RIP case panel. Ben Summers 1971 said, I am not sure my PC has a fan.
Oh, the bit that tells me which way the fan is blowing is on the bottom. I can't see it because I've installed it now.
Subized
Take it off.
said,
Just to answer
Ben
my
has
question.
no fans.
It is blowing that way. Towards the header. Is that wrong? Should I do it that way around? I think it was that way originally, but I suppose it doesn't matter. I think it's alright, isn't it?
Subized said, towards the rear.
Towards the rear.
Ben
Towards
Summers
the rear.
1971
Towards the
said,
rear of the case.
I guess that's why my PC is so quiet.
Yeah, it'll blow towards the rear, which is that's where the header is, which is the back of the PC. So that will blow towards the rear of the
Subized
case.
said, yes, rear of case.
Yeah, yeah.
Zolex_racing said, yeah, blow the air out the case.
Yeah. There we go. Just tuck that in and around that bit there. Perfect. Right. Now, was there spare clips? Yeah, here they are. Like the spare clips. What do we do with this
John
one?
Ijenga 1969
Oh,
said,
it says it's called
so what is
optional.
the other fan for?
More blowiness. Yeah, that'll sit just above there.
Subized said, push towards rear.
Yeah.
Zolex_racing
How does this fit?
said, any intake fans on the case John?
Yep.
More
Yep.
cold air at John Ijenga 1969.
I think. Hold on, I'm being defeated by a small metal clip at the moment.
Zolex_racing said, does it fit over the RAM John?
Oh yes, perfectly. It sits just above it. There's that clip. That's back clip. Well, how did they work then? They sit in the middle, did they? No, I've got it wrong. Told you I was being defeated by these clips. They are really complicated, these clips. Fiddly.
John Ijenga 1969 said, I think I will phone Dell.
Del boy? It's quite simple so far. I don't think I've made many mistakes so far. Right. How does that get over there, does it? Oh, that's come off again. It's all going so well into these clips, so. Right, I don't know where it will plug in. System fan? Pump fan? Where does it plug in? They are? Right. I mean, where would that plug into?
Zolex_racing said, you save the best stream of the year until the second last day. John face with tears of joy. Zolex_racing said, CPU 2. Subz
CPU2.
said,
It says CPU
is there
fan
no
1.
CPU opt header?
Unplugged in
Eump65
fan 1.
said, motherboard looks so small.
Yeah. Price tag wasn't, no, believe me. I can't see a CPU fan 2. I mean, if it's labelled up a CPU fan 1, there must be a CPU fan 2, mustn't there?
Zolex_racing said, look at the manual for the header.
Manual. Oh, that's up there. Right, manual. Right.
Subz said, is there no splitter in cooler aux?
See, you guys are worth Y cable. I think that's it. It's probably it, isn't it? Does it even say?
Zolex_racing said, good shout Dave, thumbs up
Use
sign.
the heat sink with the
John Ijenga
fan
1969
best capacity with
said,
RAM. Add
cable
second
management time.
performance. Connect the fans to the motherboard CPU headers if necessary, and supplied NA-Y
Subz
Y split cable
said,
for both fans in one
it
header.
costs enough, it should include this stuff.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant. See? Right, CPU fan. Plug that one into there, and that one into there. What do you do with all this? Just tuck it into the RAM area.
Zolex_racing
And just
said,
tuck it in there.
yup, best air cooler you can buy.
That'll do. They will turn. Perfect. Right.
Zolex_racing
Splitter cable.
said, mini tie wraps John.
Don't know where I'd tie it to though. I mean, tie them together. Right. Caution: never use one adapter for both fans by putting it before the Y splitter cable. What? Low noise.
John Ijenga 1969
I don't know what it's all about.
said, if they rattle, just hit the case.
Yeah, exactly. Shake it a little bit and it'll make it better, won't it? Right. Caution, using the check the temperature of your CPU using appropriate software. Blah, 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 blah. That's it. It's installed. It's done. That's that bit done. Right, let's tidy up. Tidy up. So, what are these bits for? Low noise adapter? What does that mean? Low noise adapter? Is that electrical noise? What is that? I don't know. Oh. Right, let's put that
Zolex_racing
into here.
said. Modular power supply, John.
Semi-modular. I did try to get a modular one, but they couldn't deliver one today. That was fully modular. That was less than £200. Would you believe it? So I had to go with a semi-modular one. I don't even fully understand what that means, but where did I put it?
SubZ said. Prices seem to have shot up this year.
Yeah, a little bit. Little bit. We did okay though. We did okay. Alright.
Ben Summers 1971 said.
What's next?
Should we expect you to be a better shot in Tarkov now?
No. But the levels should load quicker, therefore my death to hour ratio should be vastly increased.
Zolex_racing said. Think it means the CPU power cable is fixed but the others are modular.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's got the picture anyway. It's got cables coming out of there, but then other cables going into there. So we'll get onto that bit. What do we do next? Do we put the main board in or do we put the power supply in first? I think we put the power supply in first, don't we? Right, let's have a look at this case. So, this case has got some really cool features. It has got a dust filter at the bottom. Yeah. It has got on the top there a magnetic
Zolex_racing
dust filter.
said. Get your NVMe drive in the motherboard.
Oh, good point, good point.
John Ijenga 1969 said. On off switch.
On-off switch, oh yeah. I bet there. Right next to the front USB port. And then this bit pulls off. There's me front fans. And apparently they glow a different colour.
Ben Summers 1971 said. Mine has the dust filter too.
Yeah.
I wondered what it was.
Do you ever use it? Look.
Zolex_racing
Right.
said. Vexarke, you're supposed to peel slowly and sexually face with tears of joy.
Right. M.2. Where does that go? I've never put one of these in before. I can't even find where it goes. Maybe I won't open it in case it must have a socket for an M.2, doesn't it? It must do. There's not even any room on the board for it. Where would I find an M.2?
Ben Summers 1971 said. Back to the Porsche for a bit before this gets any more exciting, laughing smiley. Zolex_racing said. It will be next to the PSI slots, probably under the plastic shroud. John Ijenga 1969 said. What is M.2?
There's a socket for a hard drive, which is just a solid, like a solid state hard drive, but it's just like a little chip that goes onto it. So, yep, it has got M.2.
EUMP65 said, RTFM.
I am RTFMing. Absolutely. Terrible, isn't it? Right, oh, here we go. We got a map. I found a map. M.2. I think you're right. I think it's underneath. Have I got to take this off? I didn't realise I had to take bits off. How are we doing on that 20-minute timer, guys? I'm hoping that's all we need to do to lift it off. Oh, you're kidding. Really? I find it hard to believe that I've got to take that off. To install the
Zolex_racing said, 15 minutes to go.
15, excellent. So only 5 minutes done, excellent. You keep telling my wife that, she'll believe you. Right, here we go. Memory, CPU, power supply. We had to put the graphics card in. Hasn't told me where to put the M.2 in yet.
Zolex_racing said, the shroud also acts as a cooler for the drive, John.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That works good then. It's a good idea. But it doesn't tell me that I have to take it off. Now here we go. Right, M.2. Loosen the screws of the M.2 shield frozer. It's called an M.2 frozer. There's a video I can watch as well. Link to a video. That's fine, we don't need it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 5 screws removed. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 5. Yep. We use the box opening tool to get these ones out. Right, that's that one. Oh, while we're here. There you go. Set that off slower. Oh, there you go. There's that one. Oh, got space for 2 M.2s. Where did my M.2 go? Well, we just... Being attacked by polythene. These boxes cause me trouble.
Zolex_racing said,
Inside the box is another
John,
box.
is this going to be your boot drive?
This one's going to be my boot drive, yes. Does it matter which M.2 I put it in? Hold on. Are they the same size? 1. Does it matter which one?
SubZ said, yes, it matters.
Oh, everything matters, doesn't it? Right, remove...
Zolex_racing
pads.
said, don't attach the other drives until Windows is installed.
Yep, yep,
SubZ
yep.
said, one will be full speed PCIe.
M.2 SSD, M.2
SSD. Insert M.2 SSD into the M.3 at 30%.
Sub is it.
It doesn't say about
Said.
which one to put it in.
PCIe.
PC. Yeah. One will be full speed PCIe. It don't say which one's which. It does not say which one. Are they labelled up on the board as anything? M2-1 PCIe, and that one's M.2 PCIe. I think they're both the same.
Zolex_racing. Said.
I don't know.
What's the board name, John?
It is a MSI MGP X570 Gaming Pro Carbon Wi-Fi. It does not say anything about them being different. It says there's a protective film. I think I've just taken that off. I think I'll put it here. Right, that's a 30% angle. Wiggle it a bit, drop it down, perfect. Stand off right there, and oh, there's a screw. Where did I find that screw? Let's come out of there. Doesn't come with a screw. And what's that bit for? One screw for fastening the M2 to the motherboard. Required tools and parts. Ah, it doesn't come with the motherboard must come with a screw. I'm sure I saw a spare screw in there. There we go. M.2 screw. So it's got two M.2 sockets, but it only comes with one M.2 screw. Don't know. I do not know. Right.
Zolex_racing. Said. Put it in the top slot.
Top slot. I don't know which one's the top one. I suppose it's this one, nearest the CPU. I'm thinking as far away from a really hot graphics card is probably my best bet. I mean, the amount of temperature that's going to come out of this CPU with this heatsink is going to be negligible. It's going to be so much cold air. There we go. Right, top slot. Right, where did that one go? That one went. Hold on. Ah, protective film. Found some more protective film. Have I got to take? Is that a protective film as well? No, that doesn't come off, does it? Izzy, not in here, not in here. Izzy, did you hear me? No, out of here please. Not at least until you put all your pyjamas on. And you, James, out. Out, 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 out. You didn't see them, did you? They had towels on, but they were wrapped in towels after their bath, but hopefully.
John Ijenga 1969. Said.
Phew.
No, all clear.
They were covered up, but you don't want any accidents. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? What? That screw screws into the M.2 screw hole. Is that meant to happen? Oh my goodness, this is so complicated. I mean, no, it's simple. Right, so this one doesn't need an M.2 screw because the screw that holds the cover on holds the M.2 in. Right, screw that in there, that one in there. That one's not screwing into there. Loosen those off first. Wiggle it a little bit. There we go. There's better. Right. That's our M.2 fully installed. I'll put this one back on here. And we'll screw that up. Yes, good, good, good. Right. Right, M.2 fully installed. Right. Put that in the box of bits that we don't need anymore. Right. No sticker on that one. I don't know what that bit was for actually. Anyway, where were we? Right. What's next? Power supply? Power supply in the case, I think.
Zolex_racing said, at Subeyes, is it still the case that using an NVMe drive will cause SATA 1 port not to be active?
Really? M.2 PCI SATA. Might be. Right. More instructions. Who needs instructions? I'm not helpful. Ooh, power cable.
Subezed said, wouldn't have thought so on these boards.
Cable ties. Power supply. Right. That's not the cable ties. What are the cable ties? Lost them. There you go. Cable management. Ooh. Bundle them guys together. There you are. Tuck that in there. Much better. I'll get a clippy thing to cut that bit off. Yes. Right. Cable management done. Right. Case. That glass is all a bit scuffed up a bit. Oh well, it'll get worse. Oh, there might be a film on it. No? Oh, there you go. There you go. That better? There we go. I'll put that over there. Put that down there, and then we got. What we got?
Zolex_racing
Power supply goes in the
said,
back.
John, are the fans on front Todd the case sucking air out or in? You don't want a low pressure scenario inside your case.
I don't want one. You don't want a low pressure scenario. No. That's where the hard drives go. They don't make hard drives that big anymore. Are they sucking or blowing? That's a good question.
MotoGo2K said, that cooler is huge, G-Bus.
Yeah. It's bonkers, isn't it? I'm not even going to overclock anything. It's crazy. Right, so these fans here haven't got any labels on them to tell me which direction they're blowing. I'm assuming. Normally they put them on arrows on it. I see no arrows. I have no idea. It's got to be written somewhere on it. I don't know.
Zolex_racing said, Lou's like sucking in and blowing out the back.
That would make sense, wouldn't it? Because the filters, top and bottom, would stop dust getting into the case rather than stop dust getting out the case. Does that make sense? So there's that. Power supply, big fan at the bottom will suck air in from underneath where there's a filter. It's got fairly decent sized legs. Get my fingers underneath there, so it's going to sit on a wooden floor, so it's going to have plenty of room. This will be a tricky bit. I think these got to be poked up through here. Oh dear. Round. Pull the gasket out. Let's put that thing through first. Is that all of them? Yeah. Now let's put that through the gasket. Put that down. Fit that again in a minute.
Zolex_racing said, John, tie the CPU cable round the back and in from side and top.
Tie the CPU cable round the back and in from the side. Well, that one. Righto, we'll go with it. I was going to suggest that, but I'll wait to see whether you guys came up with it first.
Zolex_racing said, all your cables should be managed on the back of the motherboard tray area for nearness and airflow.
Oh, okay. Cool, tight fit.
Zolex_racing said,
That's a real tight fit.
24 pin to the side and the 8 pin at the top.
24 pin to the side. And then, oh right, so right, you don't even want this one through the hole. That's lucky because it don't fit.
How are we doing for that 20-minute timer, by the way? Can't get the gasket back in the bin now. There we go. There you go, so as if we never touched it. It's all good. Right, let's try it again. Right, change that bit in there. Do the screw holes line up? Really? Why are they not lining up? Oh yeah, they do. Left a bit. Here we go. Right. Right. Who supplies the screws for the power supply? Is it the case or the? Oh, more cable ties. Look at this. Oh my goodness. 3 different types of screws. 1 standoff and 2 washers. What do I need to go in here? Oh gosh. Well, they look like these ones. Oh, they're probably these ones. I need a tray for screws. Where'd that memory thing go? Oh, that'll do. It's a bit bigger than I expected, but. Right. Tray for screws. Right. Hopefully I can encourage this to line up with it all. There's one there. Back in my day, case screws were all silver. And this black stuff, it's all very posh these days. So just loosen that one so I can get a third one in. And the third one. Oh, there's a fourth one lined up very nicely just there. Easy peasy. Right. Power supply in. Right. What's next? 24 pin. So we reckon that these would come up through this bit and up that bit. You're probably right. We'll see how that lines up once we get the main board in. What are these holes here for? Don't know. Maybe I can mount things onto their little slots. Maybe for little hard drives, maybe. Don't know. Anyway, where was I? I think we're putting the main board in now, aren't we? I can't think of anything else but to put the main board in. Got a bit of foam down there. First, what did you do? Stood up. And what's all these cables here?
Mike 3 Legs said, "Are we still going? I've just had my tea."
You've missed some excitement. We've missed some excitement, but don't worry. There's more to come. Right, main board going in. So the main event, where's the back of it, where the header goes?
John Ijenga 1969 said, "I am on my 3rd bottle of wine." Zolex _racing said, If you're using SSD drives on the back, there is usually places to hold them. Also, you could remove the hard drive tray if you aren't using it.
I see. Right, line it up. I mean, how do I know where I've got to put a standoff or something? How does that line up? In there somewhere? About there, I think. That screw lines up, that one lines up, that one lines up. They all seem to be lining up. I feel like this is too easy.
Zolex_racing said, lie the case down.
You won't be able to see it then, though.
What do I do with the manual? Here it is. It's going to tell me something about what I should have done. Right, there's my screws.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. And then 1, 2, 3 at the bottom. Yeah, you've got standoffs all in the right places.
Zolex_racing
This is going to go well.
said, John, you have 42 minutes until the 9 p.m. Watkins race.
But how long left of the 20 minutes? Because if I go over the 20 minutes, my wife will be cross.
That, I think, is roughly in the right place.
Mike 3 Legs said, so you know the next time your missus wants to pop into that shop for 20 minutes.
Shops? What are they? What are shops?
One. Put that one in there. 2. 3. Put some in the top now. 4.
Mike 3 Legs said, I love the way there's more people watching this than any of your track of streams.
Well, it's not every day you see someone blow up a computer. How many people are watching anyway? How many we got? Can't tell. Oh, they're all
Mike
bots.
3 Legs
They're all bots.
said, my spelling sucks.
Tell you what, I'm glad that the long screwdriver now can reach all these screws. Some of them are a little bit well buried. Right, let's check we've got all 3 in each section. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I can't see the third one. Maybe you don't need it. Where is it? Where was the bit that said where all the screws were?
John Ijenga 1969 said 13 minutes left.
13 minutes of the 20, excellent. I've lost the bit that told me where all the screw holes were. I can't see the middle one in the middle row. Where is it? Turn that corner down there because we're going to need to find that, 'cause that's where all the connectors are. Right, now onto the front section. I've definitely found somewhere that told me where all the screw holes were, didn't I? I'd have found it by now if I just looked. Every single page, I'm turning every page. It wasn't that one, was it? No. Where's this bonkers? What page was I on? Oh, found it. Right, it's just at the bottom of the RAM. It's not. Oh, it is, but it's covered by the cover of the M.2. I've got to take the M.2 cover off again. Oh man, this is bonkers. I don't really want to do that, do I? MSI, if you're watching, that's probably not the best place to put.
Zolex_racing said
Anyone from
each
MSI.
corner John is enough.
You're probably right. But when I have to kick it because it's not working, I don't want it moving. Here we go, we got it. We got it. Right, let's get this one back in again. And then, oh dear, got a message. Is that the wife saying how much longer? I expect. So. You lined up right?
Ben Summers 1971 said 27 hours and 35 minutes until we start to sing Auld Lang Syne.
We'll be done by then though. Right, so that's now screwed in. Back. That's it. Right, that's those three done. Now I've got to check this one here. One. Two. And the third is tucked in just here. There we go. Perfect. All screws, all perfect. Right, we lift it up and it shouldn't fall out. There we go. Look at that. It's looking good, isn't it? Let me check what the message was.
John Ijenga
I'm
1969
gonna ignore all those messages.
said, "Will the side fit on now?"
Will the side fit?
Mike Three Legs said,
It's looking a bit close actually.
"We aren't sure it will."
Well, theoretically, if you lose sight of the back before you... It's going to be close. It's made the front cover sprung loaded, but it fits. That's close enough for me. That fits. We're good. We are good.
Mike Three Legs said,
It's
"That's snug."
it's made to measure. You see. Right. Where do all these things plug in? Right. This big one up here. That one go up. Where does that plug into? Oh, plugging down here. So we're push that one through there, and we plug that onto there. Right. Okay. Yeah, that will fit through there. No problem. Right. I think though, before we do that one, we want to do some of the more delicate ones that are a bit harder to get to, like the case covers and such likes, because there's not a lot of room and light in here, because this heatsink is sort of covering up quite a lot of what I'm trying to plug in. What's that bit then? What does that connector do? Can you see a connector? That's a big old connector. Doesn't say. Are these USBs, I think? These are probably the USBs. They're quite thick cables, and they go through... Do they go to there? Yeah, they're the USB headers. So that
Zolex_racing said, "USB header."
yeah. See?
Zolex_racing said, "For the front USB ports."
That's right. Yep. Yep. You got it. So that needs to come back out a bit because that's got too much cable. So I can then turn it. I think it's got to fit on one of those things there. That's a bit too much tightness. Let's wheel it round a bit like that. Plug that onto there. That's that one fitting beautifully. What's next? Wow, what the heck is all this? It's not even labelled up. Come back to that, because that will be whatever's left. Right, this is audio. Audio.
Zolex_racing said, "That's your fan cables."
Oh yeah. It's a funny old connector though.
I can't see where that would plug into. System fan 1, would that plug in? Does it matter which way round? Pin 1. Yes, it matters. I know you can say that, aren't you? I need a torch. Let me get a torch. Hold on.
Zolex_racing said, should have 4 slots in it. Zolex_racing said, can only go one way.
Are you in your pajamas yet?
What was that? Should have 4 slots in it. Can go.
Only go one way round. Well, this will go either way round because it's not a.
It's not a. You can't see that.
But it has got a mark on it that says pin 1. I'm guessing that will be the first pin. Nah, that does not connect onto system fan. What kind of connector is that? Bonkers, right.
Zolex_racing
Longer than I expected. What's that?
said, maybe RGB.
Could be. Could be. Right, we'll ignore it. It's not important. Power reset and all that stuff.
Zolex_racing said, top right of the motherboard is the Corsair RGB connector. Zolex_racing
I see ya.
said, you will have a module in the motherboard box to connect to power reset hard drive etc.
I will. No. Doesn't look like it. I am gonna have to, I think, what time is it? Yeah, I'm gonna have to call it and just tuck my daughter into bed. We took slightly longer than the 20 minutes than I expected, and I'm not quite there yet. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna take a break for 15 or 20 minutes while I make sure my daughter is settled in bed and make sure everything's good, and then I'm gonna come back and we'll finish the connecting in. Right, things are hotting up now. We are getting cables plugged in left, right and centre. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Right, so you can see this bit here, but not this bit here, but it'll have to do, I think. Right. What's this bit? Is there such thing as a speaker anymore? Is that a speaker? Any idea what that connector is? No. Come back to that one then. I think we know what this one is now. This is an absolute bird's nest. Absolute bird's nest of cabling. Right, where does that plug into? I think that goes into this RGB thing, which I can't get to because the
How am I supposed to get down there? This fan's too big. I'm going to take the fan off. And just gently rest it down there. And then we can reach. I think that plugged in. No, it didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not plugging into there. One more go. If that's plugged in, it's a bit of a rubbish connection. I don't think it's plugging in very well. I mean, I can move that. Can't even show where I'm trying to connect. Look. There you go. You can see where I'm trying to connect it to now. I will admit it hasn't made it any easier. No, the camera's falling off anyway. You can go back to that.
Mr. Gearing said,
Hello, Mr.
do
Gearing.
you plan on shutting that case?
Yeah, it does. It does. It's close, mate. It's real close, but it does. Has that gone on that time? Got it on! That is awkward, that one. Now I've got to tuck that cable back in there. And get that fan back on there. Yeah, it does fit. I will admit, it is pretty tight though. Get it. That's about right. Now I've got that on, I can probably disconnect it from there, and we'll probably chuck it around the back somewhere. Go around. Take that through there. And these connectors. Oh my goodness, as soon as I get some of these plugged in, the better. They are all over the place. See, that don't need to be in there yet. Will that stay on? Nearly.
No, indeed it's not. Well, you missed all the excitement though. The part one of the build, we didn't think it was all going to fit and everything. It was certainly interesting. What we got
Mr.
there.
Gearing said, "Are your case fans supposed to be on the outside of the case?"
Yeah, there's a cover that goes on the front. That's the front. So it is designed just like that. Believe it or not. Oh, I don't know why I'm worried so much about cable management. Once this cover is shut, I'm not looking inside it. It's all pointless, but I'm trying to make it neat.
Mr. Gearing said, "This is like watching the Verge video all over again."
Is it? I don't know what that is. The Verge? Right. Right. That's them done. Let's lay that back down again and get on to the next connector. Right, the next one we're going to handle is these. We've got reset power, PLED minus, and PLED, so it's power LED I guess, plus. Oops. I don't know what that one is yet, we'll come back to that. Right, so now looking at the manual, we are going to be looking up reset switch on the map, where we find out where it all plugs in. It's not on there. CPU power 1 and 2, socket pairs, CPU fan 1, J Corsair 1, whatever that means. What is J Corsair 1? No, oh dear. We've got 2, J Rainbow 1, JFP1, JFP2. I don't know what JFP1 and JFP2 is. Ah, J Power LED 1. Power LED. There we go, that's those ones there. So I'm guessing the others must be nearby there. Put some light on the situation. J Power LED. Well, this is not going to be very helpful, is it? Lots of fans around there. I don't know what the power and reset. So the power LED, these are all on the same thing, so they must be really close together. So we've got power, J Power LED 1. So I'm guessing I've got 1 and 2 points there. So I've got 2 individual sticks to go to 2 individual points. Not very clear on the thing, and the hand's in the way now, so apologies for that. That's 1, and let's come back here. 1. Two. Right. Let's put them both on together then, see if that makes it easier. Doesn't look like these are going to connect on here. Is there a header that I'm missing? Let's go through these cables that came with the motherboard. I don't think it'd be that one. Ah, what are these? GRB, green, red, blue. I think that's just an extension. It's more reading the manual, I think. Overview of components. Here we go. Individual, right, front, front panel 1, front panel 2, and they're individually plugged. Oh, yeah. Is there a header? These connectors connect to the switches, the LEDs in the front panel. I'm hoping there's a header. What's this cable? I'm looking for something that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 2, and then everything else coming next to that.
Zolex_racing said, "How's it going, John?"
Yeah, slowly. You've not missed anything. I've managed to get the RGB connector and put that to the back, as you suggest, to the back. And then we got
John Ijenga 1969 said, "What processor is it, John?"
this processor is a AMD Ryzen 9 3950X. Right, so there's the connector that I've got, which connects my front connectors, is in that corner there, front panel 1, and there I've got to put them all on individually, not a single header. So we need to make sure we have got here pin number 1, and blank pin is 10. Right, okay, so 2 and 4 is the positive. Right, it's a good job that didn't connect right, because it was the wrong connector. That one there, and you can see that one there, and that one there. And then we've got HD LED. We're not on that connector, we haven't. So we've got power switch and reset switch. Oh, reset switch. Right, power switch is right next to those I've just done, so let's get those in. Now, the power switch in. Reset switch is directly opposite that one. Little bit fiddly, this one. Let's use the box opening tool again. Just to direct that connector a little bit more. Tell you what, you notice when you get old, because you look at this sort of thing and think, it's a bit dark, my eyesight's not what it used to be. can't even see where I'm missing the connector, so we're just aiming and then we'll check it once we've aimed. You know what, I think that's got it in. Nice, that's in. You see that there? Not very well, but yes, it's there. HD LED. Apparently there's a connector that is HD LED. Ooh, I've got these three things. What are these? These must be, oh, they're all the same, so there must be the fans. So we need to find system fan, and we somehow need three system fans. System fan 4, system fan, oh we go, system fan 2, 3 and 4 are over there. That one's over there. So yeah, they're all good. That's audio. I haven't found the HD LED yet. Maybe we haven't got a HD LED. Have we got a HD? Where are the LEDs? I don't think we've got a HD LED, so I don't think we worry about that anymore. That's old hat apparently. Right, speakers. Oh, where did speakers go? Speakers. F. Have we got a speaker? I haven't got a cable for audio.
Zolex_racing said. Opposite power.
What, the speaker? I haven't got a cable for the speaker though. I haven't got I don't think I've got a speaker either.
Zolex_racing said. For HDD LED.
Right, yes, I haven't got a HD, I haven't got cable. There's no cable. So this case does not have a HD LED and it does not have a speaker by the looks of things. So we'll ignore them. Right, the big old power connector and the CPU power connectors go there and there. We'll come back to those. We'll come back to those. USB 2 connectors. I've already done one of those, and that's all we've got. So we won't worry about the other ones. Oh no, they're there. Oh, I haven't plugged any of those in. Oh, so I can get more connectors to do more USBs if I want. USB 3.2 generation 1 connector. I've already done that one. CPU fan, done. Front audio, here we go. Front audio is all the way over there. So I think we've got to poke this one back through, it's old. Right, hold on Cam, see whether you can grip onto that. This time, up we go. There we go. Right, so poke that one back through the hole. We'll run it all the way up here and we'll poke it up through there and lay it back down again there. And we've got our missing pins there, which matches that one. So we'll just, oh again it's too dark, can't see. Aim and hope we get it right. Does that look right?
That's the one.
We got it connected and it's in. That's good. Oh, I'll tell you what, I don't know which port we need to get our graphics card on, but that one that's near the CPU is a bit near the old CPU. I'm hoping we got to get it on the bottom one. Otherwise we're in some trouble. Right. SATA connectors. I think we're going to come back to the SATA drive another time once we've got the M.2 loaded up. USB 2 connectors. We're back to these again, are we? Right, CPU. I think the page disappeared on me. There we go. Front audio. Chassis intrusion connection. Don't think we need to worry about the chassis intrusion connection. It's in the normal default position, so we're all right.
Zolex_racing said, ignore that.
Yeah. TMP modular connection, trusted platform module. Don't know what that is. We ignore that. Clear CMOS reset BIOS jumper. Let's just see where that is, because that's an interesting one. Right, that's right next to the connector. Nice, easy find. That's fine. Come back to that. RGB1 connector. Yep, I think we did that correctly. Yep. The addressable RGB connector. Addressable. Oh, they can be individually addressed. That one you can't. I think that just gives power, and this is an addressable one. Oh, so do I want to connect it to the addressable ones? Do you know what? Oh, do not connect the wrong type of LED strips. The JRGB connector and the J Rainbow connector provide different voltages and connecting the 5-volt strip to the JRGB connector will result in damage to the LED strip. Oh. I don't know what one I'm supposed to connect that one to. How do I know whether these fans are addressable RGB or non-addressable RGB? Exactly.
Zolex_racing said, will RGB make you go faster?
Well, I don't want to blow up though. I think there was a manual in the case. Wait there. I'll be back.
Zolex_racing said, don't plug them in then, mate.
Can't find the manual for the case, so I don't know whether they're addressable RGB or not. Oh, there we go. Found the manual for the case. We're sorted now. Right, where's the English section? Got all the pictures in it. Power switch reset power D. Yep. Install the RGB splitter. Frequent question. Do not set. Does the polarity matter with the I/O reasonable? No. No, only the LED headers. Who should I contact if I see my case damage? Right, I think we've got to get that connector off and have another little look at it. Make sure I got it. Doesn't say whether they're addressable or not. I've never had LEDs in my computer case before. Well, if it doesn't say it doesn't say that they're addressable, I'm guessing they won't be, because I'm sure if they were addressable, that would be a selling point, wouldn't it? But did I get it on pin 1? Oops. Wait. Right, put the torch on. 12 volts, RGB 1, JSMB 1, which is pin 1. I guess pin 1's over that side. I think it's this way round. Oh, we had this trouble before, didn't we? Is that it? I don't think it is. Nah. This is a rubbish connector. I didn't feel like it went on either. Ah, no. Ever? No.
Zolex_racing said, John, take your woolly jumper off, mate.
Huh?
Static build up.
Oh, good point. It's a good point, I never thought of that. Come on, plug this on while I've got my hands in the right place before I start having to move. Ah, that's not better. Right. Good point. Woolly jumper off. Right, I'm quite happy with that connector's now plugged in correctly. Let's pop this fan back on, which I'm getting quite adept at doing nowadays. There we go, see? Me and that fan, we're getting on quite well now. Quite good friends. We've built up an understanding, we have. Right, what's next? Let's touch my old computer to earth myself. Right, so I think it's just the power connectors now. Oh, we've got these system fans as well. Oh, I'm getting fed up of
Zolex_racing said, You might have to take the cooler off to get to the 8-pin CPU connector.
No, I think I can reach that one if I can get my hand in that bit there, and it's down that way. Right, let's get the system fan sorted. Both of these need to be pushed back through there, or both of them, all three of them in fact. Right, hold on there, camera. Hold on tight. You're falling off, you're not supposed to fall off. Here. Right, pull those through. Yeah. One of them's going through the top ear and going on to system fan. That's a 3-pin connector. And system fan 1 is a 4-pin connector. Oh my goodness. They're all 4-pin connectors and I've got 3-pin connectors. Right, we'll leave the last one off. It's fine. I don't think you need the last one. There's that one. Now these two are plugging on all the way over here. So we'll pop that one through there. And put that one up there.
Zolex_racing said, "That's okay. They still work, just won't be able to be temp controlled."
Oh, is that what it is? They better be silent then. Otherwise I'm just going to unplug them. System fan 2, system fan 3. Keep it all on, yep. And I've got this one up here. Got the winding still round it.
Zolex_racing said, "Don't forget the fan at the back."
Yeah, that's what we're doing now, sir. That is going to be system fan 4, and he is going to come out of here, through there. I can't get to it though. Oh, blimey, if I can't get this one, how am I going to get that one?
John Ijenga 1969 said, "Robbie, check WhatsApp for my comment PLS repricing."
Through that. Right, hold that there. Pull that one through there. Right, that'll go there. And we'll plug it in right down the bottom. So that's going into that one.
John Ijenga 1969
Oh, that one.
said, 50,000 new cases today and 1,000 dead.
1,000. Oh, goodness. 1,000. Yeah, it's catching up from people that places that haven't.
John Ijenga 1969 said, "Madness, isn't it?"
It's scary. It is particularly scary at the moment. That's why we are investing in stay-at-home hobbies.
That'll get us. That'll keep us safe. We'll keep away from everybody because who'd have thought the pasty nerds are what people are all copying now. Right, what's that one? That can be pulled through as well. Oh dear, that connector's come off already. Right, we need to lay that down. me get that one back on again. That one there. That's good. The one next to it needs a bit more help to sit down again. Sit down, you two. There we go. Stand back up again. Pull that cable through there. Look at this cable management. Never done cable management before. Always, literally, just done whatever is needed. Right. Let's put this one through here. Lay it down. That will be this one here. You can see down there. That connector there. This is the main power for the motherboard from the power supply. There you go, that's clipped in nicely. Oops. Stand that back up again. Put it through until it's tidy. I've done cable management before. There we go. Right. That's that. That can be flattened out nicely. Now we've got these guys here. And these are the CPU. Now this one's going to be a tricky one. Real tricky. So they'll go up through that hole there. We'll lie it down again. Then we've got to get. Hold on, is there one missing? Let's do this one first. That's 4 pins, or 8 in total. It's pretty dark in there. Right, which way around? That's got to go like that. Right. This is all going to be completely guesswork because I cannot see anything with one hand in there. Tuck it in that way. Aim. We've got the cable all the way around, so I'll back it up a bit. Let's have another little look. Square in that corner there. And that's not square. Or is it? Square. Around. Whose idea was to get such a big heatsink? What's wrong with a stock cooler, huh? Twist it round a bit, right. Just there somewhere. Can you see through there? This might be my ticket if I can focus it through that little hole there. No. Just look down that way. Right, I've got a plan if this doesn't work. Nearly there. Just there. Go on. Still good. Right, so we pull it up into there. Now we've got some direction control. Let's look Cool. Just wiggle it. And then, boom. Come on, you're right above the connector. And it's definitely the wrong way around now. Oops. Don't do that, it'll fall in there. I think I've got it the wrong way around again. Yeah. Oh, this is a fiddly bit. This is where I need a cut scene that says 15 minutes later, ta-da, with it all installed and working. There you go. We're getting somewhere. Right, if that's in the right connector, that's it. Easy. There we go. That one is in. Now, there we go. Right. Now, hopefully there's a 4-pin connector in this bag. That looks like a 4-pin. No, that's not. Doo-doo. What's this? What am I looking for exactly? Here's a 4-pin connector. Okay, now I'm really confused. Right, I'm missing a cable from the power supply. There's another one in here somewhere that I've not found. Two cables ago. What am I missing? What am I missing? How do I get to this power supply? Can I get this cover off it? Doesn't look like it. Looks like I've got to take that power supply back out again to plug all the other connectors into it. I thought we were nearly there. Just about to add some power to it and see what happens. That's a connector that's plugged into the board, so I've got to be careful with that one. they're the two connectors for that. Right, well I'm completely baffled now. Apparently this power supply doesn't power up PCs. What am I missing? It is 4 pin. There's no 4 pin. There's no 4 pin connector on this power supply. How does that work? That's my GPU. That's the 6 pin. 6 pins. So they're the ones that plug into there anyway. Is that GPU as well? Is it 2 4 pins? Do they, or 2 2 pins? I mean, Type 4 PCIe, and these don't have any names on them. How do I know whether they're 12 volts? Type 4. So I'm guessing it's this one, and I used those two. So we got here the back of the power supply. We got these two cables here that are coming off from these two cables here that are coming out the back of the power supply, and they're both going into that big 8-pin connector. Then you got this big braided one which plugs into the main board, and then I got this one which I can plug into here. And the best I can do is these two connectors here. Is that what I need to plug into it? And they sit together as a single connector. Like that. Making a 4-pin connector. Is that what I've got to do?
John Ijenga 1969 said, "Just got back and the PSU is out."
Yeah, because I'm trying to find a 4-pin connector which are ground and 12 volts, and I'm guessing that's what this these two 2-pin connectors are. Make up a
Zolex_racing
right?
said, "I don't know, John, never needed a separate 4-pin for the CPU."
These connectors allow you to connect an ATX power supply. Make sure that all the power cables are securely connected to a proper ATX power supply to ensure stable operation of the motherboard. I mean, trying to work out what comes out of these 2 pins. I'm guessing that is what I need. It says it is a modular ATX power supply. I don't know on the box. Modular ATX power supply. I don't know if you can read that. So, I'm guessing that must be it. They must be 12 volts.
Use a lot of 12-volt rails, doesn't it? Right, let's see whether we can get these plugged in. These are going to be really tricky to plug in, especially now the power supply's out. And we're going to lay it down. Bit of room. Right, let's do that. Put that there. Glad you're here to tell me what to do, Robbie. Otherwise, I'll be really stuck. Where is it? It's down there. First. Even harder with that cable in the way now. It's fine, let me have a quick edit at my old computer. Has that got, it's got an 8-pin. Can't see anything else. Motherboard, yeah, that hasn't got a. It's just got what it's got. Here's what it is. It must never work. CPU power 2. They're different sizes. Where did that cable go? Square and oval. Well, I suppose it could be that way than that way. And they fit together. And the other like. Like that. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah, so it wants 12 volts, and the most it outputs is 12 volts. So the worst that can happen is it doesn't work. I think. CPU power 2. I don't know how I'm going to get this though. I just don't know how I'm going to get that connector in.
Zolex_racing said, "You'll kill your M board is the worst that can happen and fry your CPU."
Yeah, that's all. I cannot see how I can possibly get these connected in. Right, that's a bit more room now because they're separate. I can't take the motherboard out because I've got all the connectors in it. I can't take this off because I put all the goo on it and stuck it down. And goodness knows when I'd even be able to. This is supposed to be a 20-minute easy. Where'd that come from? I found a rubber bung on the table. Put it over there. Make sure all the cables are connected securely are connected to a proper ATX power supply. Well, it says it's an ATX power supply. Right, square then pointy bit. So somehow I've got to get this in here. That's not possible. That is not going to be possible. I've got to take
take this off. I've got no choice. Start again. Take that off. Oh, these wire clips, I tell you. Okay. Right, where did that screwdriver go? Right. It's not a good idea to be taking this off again. And because I cable tied those cables together, I can't get the screwdriver in. Here we go. Right, that's it. Screwed. Now unplugged. And now removed. Right. Ah, really? No one can send chats? Oh no, you're my advice. Right. Well. I don't know whether this is the right thing to do or not. I don't know what else you could possibly suggest or anyone could suggest doing. I bought a power supply that should power up a PC. So that would plug into that one then. Now hopefully if this doesn't, isn't supposed to go, it won't fit. Don't feel like it's fitting. No, these connectors do not go in here. No, I don't think it's working. I think we need to do some research. I think this power supply is going back and I'm getting a different power supply. Yep, that does not want to fit. Right. Ah.
Let's have a look at that power supply then. So none of the chat's working still then?
My turn racing. Said. Test.
Well, that came through. Although I haven't said that, I'm not using the Twitch website to send that.
Zolex_racing. Said. The 4-pin should be a cable on its own. Zolex_racing. Said. I would think.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I'm looking at the spec for this power supply. Let's go middle screen. No, not that one. Not that one. That one. So this is the power supply I bought. Maybe I should have paid £50 for expert installation of this unit alone. What am I looking for? No batteries are included. That's good to know. Clearly marked connectors. Yeah, but missing ones. I mean, it doesn't mention that it doesn't have a 4-pin connector. It doesn't really
Zolex_racing. Said. Read WhatsApp.
Oh, let me read the WhatsApp. Diddly-doo-doo-doo. Oh, here we go. Right. That doesn't look right. It should be a 4-pin connector on its own. How to connect a 4-pin CPU port. Here we go. How to connect a PSU to a 4-pin connector. Our supply units use 8-pin CPU cable that can be split Oh, is this their website? Is it? Eight pin. Where does this cable come from? That's the one I put in there. Right. Well, I've got a 6 pin. I haven't got an 8 pin. Is it the same as the 6 pin? Hold on. Our power supply units use 8 pin EPS 12 volt cable, CPU cable. It can be split into two 4-pin connectors. If you want to connect our PSU to 4-pin EPS motherboard port, simply put the two halves of the simply pull the two halves of the connector apart and connect one up to the motherboard port. Oh, okay. But the problem I've got is I'm using the 8-pin one. So now I'll struggle to plug it in. I can unplug it. I mean, sure, yeah. That'll go into two 4s. But what I actually need is one of your 6s to separate. I haven't got. Yeah. I haven't got another 8. I'm using an 8. I need the 8, which could separate into two 4s. Pull that through. 20 minutes somebody said this was going to take. 20-minute job this is. Oh, I could have died about 12 times in Tarkov in this time. Right, what do we got? Right. So we got a 6-pin connector. That doesn't split, does it? Let's have a look at that. So what should I be looking for of a power supply that's got the 8-pin connector and the 4-pin connector? Hello, mate.
Hello?
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Fucking me to call you, mate. Sorry, I'm trying to call John.
Ah, all right, mate. No worries.
Sorry, man.
I thought you were phoning me with the answers.
Oh, is that you, John?
Yeah.
John, does it sound like you?
No?
No.
You're used to high quality microphone.
I'm watching you on Twitch answering that phone 10 minutes after calling to you. It's weird. Listen, have a quick Google. According to Google and everybody at some sites, you might not need that 4-pin CPU. It's only for extreme overclocking.
Oh.
Really high power draws. So you should get away with 8-pin only.
I guess if I don't plug it in, the worst that could happen is it doesn't turn on.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good to me. We've been that idea.
Yeah, chat's still not working, mate, so I'm trying to send it and WhatsApp you and text you and everything, buddy. So I thought I'd
Yeah.
get your call.
No, you're doing great. Thanks for your help. Appreciate it.
No worries, mate. I didn't know about it. I've never built one with that Xbox 4-pin CPU. So
No.
good luck.
I'm going to ignore it and see what
Sorry,
happens.
it's not my fault.
All right. No worries, mate. Cheers. See
Cheers, buddy.
you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Joe Holton
Robbie says I don't
said,
need it.
PC doesn't look very built.
Oh, it was. It was. What do we do about this? Hey, how can you talk on here? Nobody else can talk on the chat. Everybody else says that the chat is broke. So you've got a secret line somewhere. It's just that. It was built. We had it almost ready to.
Joe
power on.
Holton said, Twitch is looking wonky.
Yeah, people are saying that you can't chat, but you seem to be able to chat. So I'm not quite sure how you're managing it. So you're doing better than most. What do we do about this heatsink? Do we wipe off the old heatsink and put on some new now?
Zolex_racing said, Joe have used the extra 4 CPU pin before.
Right, so the problem we got, Joe, is my motherboard, if we can focus in on this, it's telling me that I need my 8-pin CPU, right, which I plugged in, no bother, and then it says I need this 4-pin CPU, and my power supply doesn't have a 4-pin CPU, which is a bit of a problem. It's only got the 8-pin CPU connector. So, what do I do? We're going to try and power it up without it and see what happens.
Joe Holton said, does it say you have to use both? Zolex_racing said, sent a WhatsApp link.
It says make sure that all the power cables are securely connected to a proper ATX power supply to ensure stable operation of the motherboard. Doesn't say it's optional. Nowhere does it say it is optional.
Joe Holton said, just use the 8, worst case it won't boot.
Yeah, that's what we said. Nice one. Right. Oh, hold on. I've got a WhatsApp link from Robbie. Here we go. Right, so someone, I think
Joe
it
Holton
looks like my motherboard as
said, but I am far from an expert.
well. Join the club, mate.
Zolex_racing said, it will boot but can't super overclock it.
Don't think I'm planning on overclocking.
MotoGo2K said, the 4 and 8 are the same, just the 8 has more wires for power.
So everyone's saying it's not needed. So someone on this link that Robbie sent, I have bought a new mainboard, an MSI B450 Gaming Pro Carbon. Mine's at 570, but to my surprise it features 12 pins for the CPU power connection. My power supply, a pure power deliver, features 2 4-pin connectors. Luckily it has a cable management. Yet before I buy the extra 4 8-pin cable, I wonder, do I actually need to buy the extra cable to get the board up and running? Would it be running fine with just the 8 ports plugged in? If so, which one do I choose? From experience, it suffices to install the 8-pin connector to the left. The right 4-pin connector is basically a redundancy that the CPU may draw upon under extreme load, most likely only relevant when you do extreme overclocking. The board manufacturers most likely also build in some extra room in case the next CPU generations need more power. So we are going to go with putting it all back to where we had about half an hour ago. But cool. Thank you guys for the research and looking into that and advice. I'm just going to get a cloth to wipe away the compound so I can start again with some new.
Zolex_racing said, "At least I know now for my new build thumbs up sign."
Yeah, this is what it's all about. It's all about learning. Right, let's clean that off. I don't know whether this is necessary, but at least there won't be any. Yeah, good coverage though. That amount that I put on was just right, I think. Perfect.
Right.
About that is what I had last time. Oh gosh. Ooh, it's okay. Oh, it's not even connected now. Let's put the fan on later. Oh yeah, that's how we did it anyway. Should be able to reach in and do that. Down. Squeeze it down onto there. Couple of turns on that one. Couple of turns on that one. And go back to the first one again. A bit of a turn on each one. And we can tighten it up. How long we got left on that 20-minute build time? Must be getting close now. Right, that's them nice and tight. Right. I want to blow it towards the header, which is there, which is okay. That one. And so that's, which way round is it? Which one did what? So it might be that one, because that's blown that way. Right, so you sit down there for a bit. I'll just slide this one down. And I've not reconnected this one yet. While we were in here, so it's a bit tight. There we go. And I think I will try and plug this in before I put the connector on, because that is awkward to get into there. Not impossible. Oh, I got it first time there. Wow, let's have a little look. Oh, look at that. First time. Never get thing connected on first time. Right, so this one, clip the other side on first. Oh yeah, these clips, they are going to be, I'm not going to miss plugging in and out these clips, you know. Right. As low as it will go. That one? Yeah. No, it's not very low though, is it? Or was that one lower? Did I get that one lower that time?
I think I did. That's sat on top of the memory, so that can't go any lower. Yeah, I think it's fine.
I'm sure it was better last time. Let's just make sure as low as we can get. Right, okay. That'll do, that'll do. Right, I'll get the power supply back in. Actually,
Right, we also want to make sure we plug in the right connectors this time because we can't do that. So, on the back of here, these are our connectors for our GPU. And that will plug in, it's an 8-port. So that one will go into there. And this is the one that we tore apart a little bit. I'll get one in as well. And then this will be for hard drive. Yep. What else will I need? So the GPU, I think I need both those for the GPU. Because that is, on some of the GPUs you need 3 connectors. So that will be, that's 4. And then I've got a couple of hard drives to go in there. So that will be them. And that's it. I don't need the other ones, do I? There's just more hard drives. Don't need more hard drives. Yeah. Okay, right, let's get this in. Oh, go look at the green screen. The bungee cord holding the green screen up. Right. Do you like the cable management? Makes for a mess in the back though, doesn't it? Right, you just slide it in there really gently because we're really close to connectors connected to the main board. That one for instance. And that one. And it stopped going in. Why did you stop going in? Need to go in a bit further.
Zolex_racing
Oh, I found where the
said,
bung goes.
tie wrap the cables tidy once you are all connected.
Yeah. Probably. This rubber bung that's come out needs to go back into this little tiny hole here.
Coming through. Good. Right. So is Twitch chat working again, or is it just struggling? You can occasionally get it to work, or. What are we struggling with?
Zolex_racing said, "It's fine now."
Oh no. This is... Right, I think you can take the drive bay out, can't you? Right, how do you take the drive bay out? Is it just that screw there? If we're not getting it in with the drive bay in, we might be able to then put the drive bay in afterwards. It's not just that screw. Come on. What is holding you in? Is it? Have I got some? Oh, put it back on its back. Oh,
Zolex_racing
20-minute piece.
said, "Keep the drive bay out, you don't need it."
Yeah, I will need it later because I do need to put a hard drive or two in it. Where is it? Is it those screws there? I think it's these screws here. If I'm right, you can hear a clonk in a second. Sort of a clonk anyway. Right, put those there. Stand you up back again. Right, and out comes the drive bay. Oh, look at the room now.
Zolex_racing said, "There are spaces on the back of the case for SSD drives to be connected to."
What, these ones here? Yeah, they might work. Yeah, I do have a larger drive that I'm going to put in there that just is my big storage drive, which...
Zolex_racing
Probably going to go
said,
with it.
"Yup."
But once we can worry about that once we've sorted that out. Right, what do I do with all the screws? Here
Feels like we're nearly there.
they are. Right, let's get these screws back in here. No, not really. Move over once these are in. There we go.
Zolex_racing said, "All the time I've invested in this build, it better bloody boot first time. Face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy."
Imagine where I'd been without your help though, you guys. I mean, seriously, you guys would be great. Really, really great. So, I think I'd have been in trouble otherwise. Oh. It's got a HDMI on the back. I didn't think it had any onboard video. But evidently it does. Right, what are these for again? GPU, wasn't it? Where's the GPU going to go in here? Down the bottom there. Well,
Oh, there's all that space there now.
Zolex_racing said, your CPU doesn't though.
Hmm? Oh, is that how it works? The CPU doesn't cope with it. Ah, I get you. It doesn't have on board, but it would do if the CPU had the chipset for it. Right. I understand. Right. Get that cable out of the way. Don't want those cables. That one comes this way. There it is. That one come this way. And that one come this way. Right, you guys just hang out over there for a bit. Push those into there. Spin them around. Pull them over there. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Right. What am I waiting for now? So I need to put a GPU in. Right. So, GPU I'm going to put in is my old 970. 970? 980. 980. Yeah. Now, it's not the GPU that's going to be in it permanently, but it is going to be the GPU in it that's going to get its first boot. And then we're going to go...
Zolex_racing said, top slot is preferred for GPU.
Top slot. Well, we'll have a look. Oh, do you know what? It will, won't it? That will fit. Is it really top slot? See? See? This is what I pay the big bucks for. Oh, wait, hold on. Very close to the CPU though, if I put it in the top slot. Very close to the heatsink of that CPU. Very close indeed. Let's have a look. Let's get the blanking plate out, and we'll just see what it looks like. Mm. That's right. You're in the right place. Just settling into there. Oop. There it goes. Right. So that's enough space, isn't it? I mean, I'd be a bit worried about netcode that close, but it's there is a physical gap there.
Zolex_racing said, looks like top slot is the only 16X you have on this board.
Oh, is it?
So has to be.
What's the bottom one then? They look the same. Oh, is that for expansion card or whatever it's called? Okay, right. Right, so now we need to plug in all of our random connectors. So, a 4. I've actually got quite a lot of room in this case in comparison to my old case. Why is that not plugging in? Am I going the wrong side? Windy. Here we go. 4. That's like 6 and a 6. And then the additional 2. New, and the additional
it. That's them in and connected. That actually fits quite nicely. I'm quite happy about that. It's tidy. Bring those cables down. Right, that's the additional one set. Additional the other ones. We've got plenty.
Zolex_racing said, are those two 8-pin connectors off of separate sockets from the PSU?
No. Should they be? I'm assuming it's a yes.
Right, so we'll unplug those two. And we'll let those dangle down. If my new graphics card needs 3 of these, then 2 of them will have to
Zolex_racing
share.
said, they should be okay with the 984 now.
Lovely. It's a bit of a jumble of wires there. Maybe they could go out the back and up the top. But I think what I'll do is I'll do that when I put my newest card in. So the plan is to fire it up with this card here. I'm not going to store any drivers.
Mike
for this card,
3legs
so this is going to get us
said,
some.
so how many minutes left now?
I think we've got a couple minutes left of the 20. But we're nearly at the get the rest of it together stage and power it on. I think we are really, because I think the cable management at the back can be done another time. Maybe just these ones because they are floating around a little bit. Which you can't see. These ones are a bit floaty, aren't they? So we'll just maybe tighten them up here. So this graphics card is only for the boot up and initial install phase. The
Get some covers on.
the card that's currently in the PC that's streaming is going to be the card that goes in here once this is up and running a bit more.
Wow, there's a lot of cables running around the back here.
Runner is that?
There we go. Yep. So once this is sort of at a state of semi-booted up and thinking about working, we will chuck in the 1070 Ti out the streaming machine, which I can't do at the moment because it's streaming, and swap these guys over, and then this PC will then get the Super Duper new card when they come in stock and you can actually buy them. Now, this is, we get the, hold on, that's not right. That's better. That fits
Zolex_racing said. Stop talking and power it up face with tears of joy.
Can't rush these things. Can't rush these things.
Mike 3 Legs said. Will it make a coffee?
Well, I'll tell you what, if it makes the coffee, I want my money back, because this was a very expensive coffee machine. Very expensive coffee machine. Front panel. Oh. Dusty now. There we go. Is that where we are? I think so. What is it? Yeah. Come on. Make sure those cables are tucked in. I think that cover on the right. We'll do the back cover again.
Time_4_beer said. Wrong way up. Mr. Gearing said. Upside down hash.
I knew that. Just waiting for you guys to.
Time_4_beer said. LOL.
Right, this cover's not on quite right.
D38 said. LOL.
It's all good, it's all good. That's what you guys are here for, to help me. And you're doing a great job. I'll tell you what, I've been stuck without you.
Motogo 2K said. LUL. Zolex_racing said. I was shouting at the TV there, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy.
Why'd you put the logo down there? I mean,
Zolex_racing said. It's like the Verge PC build at times, LOL. Mike 3 Legs
I'm hearing about.
said.
Is it a good thing?
So how many of these can you knock out in a day?
Well, I'll let you know when it if it powers on. Right, it looks good though. I'm happy with it. Right. Let's get some power into it. Move the decks a little bit. Don't think we need any of this anymore. I'm glad I've spent a tenner on that heatsink compound. But it came with some already. Put that in the tray.
Zolex_racing said. Person with praying hands, crossed fingers.
Put that into there. Monitor somewhere where you guys can see it. Let's put that back there. There. Put that camera. Where is the? Oh, it's the reflection. That was confusing me. Wow. Right. Keyboard.
Time_4_beer said.
Mouse.
Will it boot first time? Time_4_beer said. Boot.
You've got one of those, yeah. Luckily, I've got a cable that'll work. Right, now what I understand as well is I've got this USB thing. Pop that into there. That'll start installing Windows. Oops. And then I can license it once it's up and running. There's the screen, there's the mouse, and there's the keyboard. You still see that. Let's turn that round. What about all the cabling? What have we forgotten? I think we're ready, aren't we? Okay. Oh! Is that the time? Oh, it's a bit late. I think we have to see what happens in part 3 tomorrow. What do you reckon? No? Okay.
Mike Three Legs said. Night.
Right, go on then, let's see what happens.
Zolex_racing said. PSU power switch.
I think I did. Yep.
Motogo 2K said. Pixel Bob.
It's not doing. Oh, hold on.
Mr. Gearing said. LUL.
Helps if you switch it on at the wall. Try again. Here we go.
Time_4_beer said. Well done. Zolex_racing said. We have lights.
We have lights. Not a lot else though. Oh! It's seen something. Let's run the setup. 3.5 gigahertz. That's about right. Memory 2133. I think I bought 3200. So, oh yes. So why is it?
Zolex_racing
I don't know. We'll come back to that.
said. First boot might do a boot cycle.
Yeah, I think it did. Something about fans. That's all good. Right, let's see whether it's seen any hard drive now. It's seen it. Look, that is my hard drive. Excellent. Well, that seems to be good. The time's not right. How do I set the time?
Zolex_racing said. Set to XMP profile 1 for memory.
Hold on. Set XMP profile 1 for memory. XMP profile. I've got nothing I can change. Do you know what it's booted? We can fine tune it once something is working, but it looks good to me. Yeah, because I think that does need to go up because I think the memory is capable of slightly XMP gain boost of XMP, is what we said? XMP. Oh. No idea. Right, we'll leave it at that. That looks good. Right. Quit without saving. No. How do you save it then?
Zolex_racing said, forget the time, that'll be sorted once connected to a network.
Yeah, save configuration. Yeah, right, let's go. Oh, boot sequence. I should have set boot sequence to USB. It's very quiet as well. I can't hear it at all. Uh-oh.
Time_4_beer
Is that supposed to be
said,
screw in on?
AMD.
Yeah, it's an AMD 3550 CPU. 3550X. 3950. 3950. 3950. Right. See, it's all working. English, English, English. Yep, go with that. Install. Easy as this, isn't it? That's about 20 minutes, wasn't it? I don't have a product key. I will license it later. Windows Home. That's the one, I think. I'll accept that license. Shall we sit down and read this? Right.
Zolex_racing said, congrats John. First boot first time.
Yeah, when I remember.
Thumbs up sign, thumbs up sign. MotoGo 2K said, good job.
Upgrade.
Mike 3 legs said, yes, well done. MotoGo 2K said, took you long enough.
Yes, it did. Yes, I have to agree. But why does it not give me everything? It gives 100 meg. Why? Yes, just. Do I have to format it, or does it do it automatically? Petition, major tailing doesn't. Was that as quick as that? Is that done? Right. Next. Here we go. Yeah. So how is everybody? Because we got a bit of time to chat now. Windows will install and all will be right with the well, and at some stage you can see more clearly on that one. Not really, but there you go. Yeah, so obviously it's just a Windows install now. What can go wrong with that? I don't think anything can go wrong with that.
Zolex_racing said, Windows install will take about 10 minutes most with that CPU.
Not connected to the internet though. So, but yeah, I think to be honest with you, at 11:30, I've got a list of thank yous to read out now. Robbie, the biggest thank you.
Zolex_racing said, also connect an Ethernet if you can.
No, I haven't got a spare one. I don't unplug this one, and this one will cause trouble with Twitch if I unplug it. But yeah, it has got Wi-Fi built onto the board, so I could just plug the Wi-Fi on. But yeah, Robbie, thank you so much for all your help. Does not need that 4-pin chip. It would connector. It would appear. So that is good news. And the LEDs on the fan seem to be working, so we plugged that into the right port as well. The heatsink fits just, but it fits. Yeah, everything else was smooth sailing. So, so a massive thank you, Robbie, for helping out with all those problems that I had. I'd have still been sitting there scratching my head right now if it wasn't for you. everybody else that came in, Mr. Gearing, Mike, Joe, Ben, John, Time for Beer, there was another guy as well, Mark, yeah, you laughed at me as well, thank you. And there's a couple of others that I can't remember as well. Thank you very much for Moto Goat UK as well. Thank you for popping on and saying hello. But as you can see, we are almost in Windows. So the next step, once Windows is sort of loaded, without going too far through the process, is to swap the GPUs over on the two PCs. Put the unit down there where this one is, plug everything into it. A couple of hard drives need to go in there as well, and install a few games. And that might be something we get round to doing at some stage tomorrow. So guys, thank you very much for your help. Just let Windows boot up as a ending sequence, and then
Zolex_racing said, "That's bloody amazingly quick for a Windows install."
It was, wasn't it? If that's booting into Windows now, I don't think it could be booting into Windows now. It's still got a couple more processes to do, but that's not all the updates though. I expect the updates take a lot longer than the initial install, by a long way. But I think I can go now and buy a license for Windows 10 and license this, so we're all good with that. It's great the way they do it now, that you don't have to have that really long key. You just get it up and running, and once you're up and running, you can then license it and go. That is good. And yeah, yes, it's United Kingdom. I think I mentioned that before. The keyboard will be United Kingdom. Do you want to add a second keyboard layout? No. No, I don't know why I would want to do that. You've picked up my Wi-Fi even without any aerial plugged in. That's pretty good going, isn't it?
Zolex_racing said, "Take the USB drive out now."
Oh, that's a good idea. Are you sure now? Doesn't need it anymore, I suppose. I can't believe it, without the aerials plugged in, that has picked up my Wi-Fi router from upstairs. That's quite good. That's quite impressive. Connected. Oh, now it's connected. It's only got one bar. As usual. That's good, isn't it? See, this is the bit that will take a long time. Not the initial install. It's then configuring it and downloading all the updates and things. And we got some stickers as well. Look, we got a Noctua. That's the heat sink one, and a Ryzen 9 sticker. I'm sure there was an MSI sticker as well somewhere from the motherboard, but that one's metal as well. Well, plastic probably. It's good. It's the stickers that make it. The stickers that make it. Yeah. So I'm just going to hang around here and finish this up, but I don't think there's anything more exciting to take anyone through. So I think that whole build took me 3 hours, from opening the boxes to powering on. It was about an hour and a bit, and we're now sort of 2 hours into this one, and we had some problems and undid a lot of it and redid a lot of it, which slowed us down. I had a little break in between as well. So I think that was about 3 hours. So I think anyway. It's just, I've not got a video account. With Microsoft. I don't know what the password is.
I may have remembered it. Oh, still doing that bit. No. Maybe we'll skip this bit for now. Yeah, about 3 hours, which took me a little bit longer than my initial estimate, I will admit. I'm a bit older and slower when it comes to getting small connectors on connectors, and things are a bit tricky. But I'm pretty sure that if I did this again straight away, knowing what I know now, we're probably talking about an hour. Probably. So, yeah. Microsoft want to know who I am, don't they? I've forgotten my password then. Put that down as forgotten password. Because it does seem to think my email address. Verify your email address. Oh my god.
Zolex_racing said, I'm sure you can just create a local account, John.
Yeah, I think it should do. I'm not quite sure what it's getting. It's not. Oh, we go. So let's put in my unique code. Did that type anything? It didn't, did it? I'm not sure if it's thinking or what. Oh, I can't believe how late it is already. I was hoping to get a little bit of something installed on this and going, but that's not going to happen tonight. Not a chance. Oh, it's telling me that I can't use that password because it's the password I used before. The one that when I typed in, it wouldn't let me type in. It wouldn't let it happen. Microsoft Day. Right. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I've just reset this password for this username, and now it's asking me to log in. Maybe you'd think that if I've gone to the hassle of resetting it, you could just log me in. Hmm? See, this is taking forever. Hmm? See, like we said, this bit is taking longer than the install. It's bonkers. But it's very quiet. I can't hear anything. Just might find whatever send required option diagnose. Yeah, whatever. You already know everything. Proof inking. I don't even know what this. Fine. I'll just get on there. Apps advertise advertising ID. It's nearly New Year's Eve, guys. Nearly the end of 2020. It has been a year, hasn't it? My goodness, has it been a year? What? Customer messages. What's all this? Just skip. Just skip. Oh goodness me, now what? Right, I think we must be there now. How do I say no to OneDrive?
Ben Summers 1971
PC.
said. Wait, John is still awake and tinkering with his new PC.
Not tinkering. It's working, Ben. It's humming along nicely. It worked first time-ish.
Ben Summers 1971 said. Good job, John.
Good job.
Ben Summers
I'd like to log in
1971
if I'm
said. Windows 10 hype.
make the most of your 365 with a free Microsoft trial. No. Not. She can. Oh! Stand by, everybody. This may take several minutes. All this without a Wi-Fi area as well. So while I'm waiting, should I have the Wi-Fi area in?
I can't find them. What do I do with the Wi-Fi area? It's not there, is it?
Here they are.
Almost there. There you go, Wi-Fi aerial is plugged in now. Oh, Windows is up, there we go. And there we have it, Windows. And we haven't got any proper browsers installed, so we probably have to use Edge, don't we? I don't want to run a setup. The only thing you use Edge for is to download Chrome usually.
Ben Summers 1971 said, I am guessing it is a little late for Tarkov tonight, laughing smiley.
I think so.
Zolex_racing said, Edge is pretty damn good these days.
Is it? Maybe I'll leave it on there then. And there we go. What did Lewis Hamilton get? Did he get knighted? He has been knighted. There we go. There we go. So there we go. Windows installed, ready to go. A bit late for Tarkov, yeah. As I say though, tomorrow swap the GPUs over, get the additional hard drive installed in here, and then I think
Ben Summers 1971
see what happens.
said, he got the F1 title, then COVID-19, then he was knighted. A busy few months for him.
He's had a busy few months, yes. That's very true. Very true. But yeah, even someone as strong as him though, knocked him for sixth for a while. He was a little bit jaded in the next race or two, even after his recovery.
Zolex_racing said, well done again mate, enjoy the new PC, thumbs up sign.
Robbie, massive
See you
thank
tomorrow.
To you. I wouldn't have got it done today if it wasn't for you, so really appreciate your input into all of this. Yeah, I am done for the night. We are shutting down and calling it a night. Let's see how quickly it shuts down. Yeah.
Ben Summers 1971
Well, that is a quick shot.
said, I look forward for you to start putting the PC through its paces and try out iRacing etc.
The theory is, even with my 1070 Ti graphic card in there, I will be able to run it a little bit less potato-y than I was before, so it should be a better experience. So, yeah, but yeah, we'll get some laps around Watkins Glen, I think, over the weekend. I think is the plan. And there we go. So, thank you guys. Thank you very much indeed. PCs are easy to build when you've got mates to help you, so I really appreciate it. Have a really good evening and good
Ben
night.
Summers 1971 said, good night.